Merry meet and welcome to the daily reading for all signs for today, the 14th of June, 2024. This is Ariel and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on YouTube are the lovely Jennifer and the lovely Vanessa. Moderating on Twitch is the lovely Dre. Thank you so much, moderators, and thank you to everybody for joining us for this reading today. Today we are going to be reading with this beautiful Joie de Vivre Tarot by Paulina Cassidy. And let's purify with this 4711 Eau de Cologne, very old traditional formula. You can find links to purchase those products right in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel. If you're watching on a restream on YouTube and you don't feel like watching me shuffle, you can use the timestamps in the video description to get right to the reading. This reading goes out to a lot of people, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you personally, just disregard it because it's probably not meant for you. In that case, check out the zodiacal readings for your individual sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. All of the most recent replays of all the tarot readings are available on our website, arielscorner.com. arielscorner.com, just click on the free online tarot readings link in that main menu. If you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're watching on Twitch, please make sure you follow us on Twitch, and you can watch on Twitch without any ads when you subscribe to us there. Our shop is located at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. It's a bunch of affiliate links right now, which means that we make a small commission off of each and every sale. We are still diligently working on our brand new shop, and we will keep you informed the second it's available. If you'd like to give us a donation, that's easy to do by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga, paypal.me/arielgatoga. You could also use a super sticker, super chat, or super thanks if you feel like giving a donation right on the YouTube platform. We do appreciate your support, and we do appreciate you for being here for this reading today. General reading for all signs. I'm gonna just give this deck a nice clean cut, and we'll get going and see what's in the cards for everybody today. Starting out, we have the Nine of Cups, nice. Then the Ten of Swords, not as nice. And then the Chariot. Okay, this is a good day overall. Some of you have come up against something that's not so great today, maybe, or real recently. The good news about the Ten of Swords is that it's, whatever it is it's over. So whatever that is, there's not more to come. You can perpetuate it, obviously, if you wanted to, but there's no reason to do that. You can keep a 10 at a 10, or you can turn it into a 1 if you want to perpetuate it. So if you don't want to perpetuate whatever's been happening, you leave it as a 10, and you recognize that it was something that happened and that it's now relegated to the past. You learn your lesson from it, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and move back on. And it looks like you're moving on to something really great. This is total, absolute, and complete triumph. Total, absolute, and complete triumph. You see, you were very magnetic, and you are very magnetic, and that magnetism seems to be heightened right now. And so for some of you, maybe you weren't watching your attitudes, or you weren't watching your thoughts, or maybe you were, whatever was happening. The Ten of Swords, whatever the negative outcome is, it's always something that you can look to yourself. You can't blame anybody else for whatever this is, but there's no reason to blame at all. You don't need to blame yourself. You just learn the lesson and you move on from it. And you recognize that that same magnetism that brought you what you didn't want can bring you all kinds of cool stuff that you do want. And that's what this Chariot is teaching you right now, is to don the attitude of the victor. And that's what the day is all about, is being victorious and overcoming and being a winner, being the winner. The Chariot comes back and gives a victory lap in their hometown after they've won the war. They didn't just win a battle. You don't come home after winning a battle and do a parade. You come home and you have that parade because you've won the war, and that's what you've done. You've won. You've overcome whatever this is, and just remind yourself that which attitude you decide to wear today is up to you. Or is it the attitude of the victor, or would you rather perpetuate the Ten of Swords? Because that magnetism is heightened, so it can be anything you want it to be. My recommendation is to just be very aware of the kinds of feelings and thoughts, attitudes, and speech patterns that you're allowing yourself to indulge in. You don't want to have to, don't worry about being superstitious about, catching yourself having a negative thought or whatever. That's fine. It's just the perpetual thinking, the perpetual, what's the word I want? It's what you tend. What the garden that the seeds that you're planting in your garden, what are you giving more attention to? So give attention to that idea of victory and overcoming. No matter what it was, it's no big deal, according to this Chariot card, even though in the moment it seemed like it might have been kind of a big deal for some of you. The Moon card, followed by the Seven of Wands, followed by the Knight of Wands. Beautiful. Okay, so this Moon card is it's an important card because, especially on top of the Nine of Cups, like we said, you're very magnetic. And so this is reiterating your magnetism and how you really are capable of bringing things to you in a heightened manner right now for some reason or another. We don't know why. It doesn't matter why. But that is highlighted in this reading. And that this is also reiterating that the tendency of the mind, when it's magnetic, is to pull and draw things to you which are the most habitual, which you believe in the strongest, which you give the most attention to, which you harbor and you give safe harbor to. So just being mindful of the kinds of ideas and attitudes that you are indulging in on a deep level, and the ones that seem to be recurring in you. And notice that you have all the power. You can change your mind, you can change your attitude. Sometimes it seems like you can't because habits are very powerful, but you can just by noticing them and flipping it around. Even if you have to flip around whatever the ideas or the feelings and all of that, hundreds of times in the day, you can do it. And just the act of turning it around, just the act of putting your foot down and saying, nope, that's not what I want to entertain. I want to have this attitude. I want to have this idea. I want to have this thought. I'm not going to be victimized by my own habitual thinking. And when you do that, just the act of doing that sends a huge signal to your deep mind. Oh, not that. Got it. Not that. Let's try this. So it's important for you to make very clear-cut communications to your deep mind. No. When you notice, like so let's say this thing, you had some big, really unexpected expense. Maybe that's what the Ten of Swords was. It's like, oh my gosh, how am I going to come up with that money? Right? And then thinking, oh, I can't come up with that money. Oh, I can't come up with that money. That's what you don't want to perpetuate. You can't change the fact that the thing happened, but you can change your thoughts about it. And so this is saying, since you're so magnetic, why are you saying, I don't know what to do. This is so awful. I don't know what to do. This is so awful. Instead of that, say, well, wait a minute. I have everything in my power to turn this around. All my needs are met at every moment of time and point of space. Infinite intelligence gives me all kinds of good ideas and all the resources that I need to meet any challenge instantly. Those kinds of ideas, those kinds of thoughts. And then you get right into that chariot and you move forward brilliantly, fearlessly, boldly into the solution of whatever the problem was. Now, the Seven of Wands, the Knight of Wands. These wands are all about your ability to work, all about your action, your creativity. Now, the Knight of Wands is saying that your creativity is highlighted, and what you want to do is not think, okay, I have to do everything by myself. I have to do everything. It's all me. It's my thoughts. It's my this. It's my that. You want to be open and receptive to the fact that you can be a collaborator. You can get help. You don't always have to be a solo act. And one of the collaborators you want to be with isn't even in the physical world. One of the collaborators you want to collaborate with is your inner guide. And then you want to collaborate with infinite intelligence. You want to be a co-creator, and you want all of those wonderful ideas to be shared with you. You don't want to think in terms of, oh, I got to figure everything out myself. It's all me, 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 me. You want to be open and receptive to being helped. And sometimes that help will come in the form of a person. Absolutely. And when they come, you say thank you. Let them help you. But a lot of times the help comes in terms of inspiration and ideas and just better understandings of things. And so look for those helps, look for those omens, look for those signs, and ask for them, demand them. Just say, Infinite Intelligence, I need you to send me a definite sign about what to do. I need a definite lead as to where I need to go and what I need to do in order to handle this. The Seven of Wands is saying it's all, even though it doesn't look like it right now, it's all going to be used as part of your overall upgrade in your career or your job or your work or whatever the wands are representing for you here, your work in the world. And so it's not necessarily that, okay, that this had to happen, whatever this unfortunate circumstance was or is. For some of you may not be having this, so this reading is probably not for you. But for those of you who know what I'm talking about, it's not that people will misunderstand this if I'm not really clear. That's why I want to get into this. It's not that you had to go through this in order to be successful. It's that since you've gone through this, Spirit is so brilliant, it can use it to bring you into even more success. So it'll look like, wow, that needed to happen in order for me to succeed. It'll look like that. But that's not necessarily the truth, because you don't want to get into that idea of, oh, I've got to, welcome all kinds of negative experiences into my life so that I can get better. No. But when you do have the negative experiences in your life, let Spirit use them for your upgrade. Let Spirit use them to propel you forward. So whatever this was, by the time you look back, you're going to say, oh my gosh, that was no big deal. And it's brilliant how Spirit was able to use all of the aspects of whatever that problem was in order to inspire me or to bring me farther or to bring me this upgrade. And what is this upgrade? The Seven of Wands. It's something within the midst of your creativity or within the midst of your work or your job or your career that's happening in the presence of whatever this problem was. So you just focus on that. You focus on your courage. You focus on your overcoming. You be bold about it, and you do your best to not to pretend like you're not worried or not to pretend like you're not scared, but acknowledge those feelings and then remind yourself, but I'm victorious and I can turn anything around today. I can turn it around in my mind. And if I can turn it around in my mind, Infinite Intelligence can use that to bring me everything that I need and then some. So it doesn't really matter what happened. It doesn't matter what this is. It's no big deal ultimately for Spirit. And so therefore it's no big deal for you. And so you can use this, or you can allow it to be used for an amazing and massive amount of upgrade. But it's up to you to keep your attitude, your thoughts, and your focus on what you do want. Because reminding yourself again, I'm very magnetic. So I'm going to be really careful and mindful about the kinds of things I just indulge in and fantasize about and think about. And you notice yourself worrying, you notice yourself being fatalistic or anything like that, don't be mean to yourself. Just say, oh, let's not do that, and turn it around. And you just keep doing it over and over and over again. Just the act of doing that, like I said, sends a very, very clear signal to your deep mind. Oh, I see, no more of that. Okay, we're not doing that. And then on top of it, what you do decide to spend your time thinking about are the things that your deep mind gets to work on bringing to you. And so all those upgrades, all those victories, and it's ultimately a very good day. So whatever happened or is happening, don't let that set the tone for your day, because ultimately it won't matter. Thank you so much for spending some time with me, and thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Jennifer, Vanessa, and Dre. And we will see everybody for another daily reading tomorrow. Until then, blessed be.